Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our story time. Snuggle up tight, close your eyes, and get ready for a magical adventure. Tonight, we're going to visit a very special place called the Whispering Woods, where three best friends are about to discover something wonderful. In a cozy little cottage nestled at the edge of the Whispering Woods, lived a curious girl named Lily, her brave brother, Oliver, and their fluffy, bouncy puppy, Poppy. Lily had hair the color of sunshine and eyes as bright as forget-me-nots. Oliver had a heart full of courage and a pocket full of interesting pebbles he found on his walks. And Poppy? Well, Poppy had a tail that never, ever stopped wagging and a bark that sounded more like a happy squeak. One evening, as the sun began to paint the sky in shades of orange and sleepy purple, a tiny, shimmering light flickered just outside their window. It danced like a firefly, but it sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow. "Oliver, look," Lily whispered, pointing a small finger at the glass. Oliver pressed his nose against the cool pane. "What is it?" he asked, his eyes wide with wonder. The little light zipped and zagged, leaving a glittering trail behind it before darting into the woods. Poppy let out an excited yip, her tail thumping a fast rhythm on the wooden floor. She couldn't wait for an adventure. "It wants us to follow it," Lily declared, her face glowing with excitement. A real adventure, just before bed. "But Mom said we should stay inside after sunset," Oliver reminded her, though his own curiosity was bubbling up inside him. Lily smiled. "This is different. This is magic." She looked at Poppy, who was already by the door, tail wagging, ready to go. The decision was made. Quietly, they slipped on their boots, grabbed a small lantern just in case, and with Poppy leading the way, they tiptoed out of the cottage and into the twilight of the Whispering Woods. The woods were called Whispering for a reason. As they walked, the leaves on the ancient trees seemed to rustle secrets to one another, and the wind hummed a gentle lullaby-like tune. The air smelled sweet, like damp earth and night-blooming jasmine. The little rainbow light bobbed ahead of them, always staying just far enough away to keep them following. It led them deeper and deeper into the forest, along a path they had never seen before. The path was soft with moss, and glowing mushrooms cast a gentle silvery light on their way. Poppy trotted happily, sniffing at every new and interesting smell. Soon they heard a new sound, a soft, tinkling melody, like tiny bells ringing in the breeze. "Do you hear that?" Oliver whispered, stopping to listen. Lily nodded, her eyes shining. "It's beautiful." Following the sound and the rainbow light, they came to a clearing they had never discovered before. In the center of the clearing stood the most magnificent tree they had ever seen. It was an ancient, enormous willow, and its long, weeping branches glittered as if they were strewn with thousands of tiny diamonds. And hanging from those branches were dozens of small, delicate, glass-like bells. When the wind blew, the bells would gently chime, creating the beautiful music they had heard. But that wasn't the most magical part. Fluttering all around the tree were creatures just like the one they had followed. They were tiny winged beings, no bigger than Lily's thumb, with wings like dragonfly wings that shimmered with every color imaginable. They were the source of the rainbow light. They were pixies, the tiny guardians of the whispering woods. The pixies giggled, their laughter sounding like the chiming of the very bells on the tree. They flew around Lily, Oliver, and Poppy, leaving trails of sparkling pixie dust in the air. One pixie, with wings of deep blue and silver, landed gently on Oliver's shoulder. "Welcome, children," it said, its voice like a tiny, clear bell. "We are the Dreamweavers. We saw your kind hearts from afar." "Dreamweavers?" Lily asked, her voice full of awe. "Yes," another pixie with rose-pink wings chirped, hovering in front of her nose. "Every night, we gather dreams from the stars and weave them into the music of these bells. The wind then carries the sweet dreams to all the sleeping children in the world." The pixies explained that the big willow tree was called the Dream Weaver's Loom. The bells were not just bells, they were dream catchers. Each night, they would fly up high, catch falling stardust, and bring it back to the tree. They would weave the stardust into beautiful dream streams of flying on the backs of dragons, of sailing on chocolate rivers, and of having picnics on the moon. Poppy barked her happy squeak and tried to playfully catch the sparkling dust that floated down. A group of giggling pixies swirled around her, and one brave little pixie even landed on her wet black nose for a second before flying off again. The blue-winged pixie turned to Oliver. "You have a brave and steady heart, Oliver. We have a gift for you." The pixie tapped one of the pebbles in Oliver's pocket. He pulled it out, and to his amazement, it was no longer a plain gray stone. It now glowed with a soft, warm, golden light. "This is a courage stone," the pixie explained. "Hold it whenever you feel afraid, and it will remind you of the bravery you already have inside." Then, the pink-winged pixie flew to Lily. "And for you, Lily, with your wonderful imagination." The pixie touched a dandelion that was tucked behind Lily's ear. It instantly transformed into a beautiful, glowing flower that would never wilt. "This is a story blossom," the pixie chirped. "Hold it close, and it will whisper endless stories to you, filled with wonder and adventure." Lily and Oliver looked at their magical gifts, their hearts filled with gratitude. "Thank you," they said together. "It is time for you to go home and sleep now," said the blue-winged pixie. "The wind is about to carry our new batch of dreams." As if on cue, a gentle breeze swept through the clearing. The thousands of bells on the willow tree began to chime in a beautiful, harmonious lullaby. The music was so peaceful, so calming, that Lily felt her eyelids grow heavy. Oliver let out a big yawn. Even Poppy curled up at the base of the tree, her tail giving one last, sleepy wag. The pixies gathered around them, their shimmering lights creating a warm, comforting glow. "Don't worry," they whispered in unison. "We will guide you home." And then, a wonderful thing happened. Lily, Oliver, and Poppy felt as if they were floating on a soft, fluffy cloud. The gentle music of the bells wrapped around them like a warm blanket. They drifted through the woods, carried by the magic of the Dreamweavers. They saw the glowing mushrooms and the mossy path below, but they were too sleepy to even lift a finger. The next thing they knew, they were waking up in their own cozy beds. The morning sun was streaming through their window. Had it all been a dream? Lily sat up. Something was tucked behind her ear. It was the story blossom, glowing softly with an inner light. She held it to her ear and heard the faint whisper of a brand new story beginning. Oliver sat up too, and the first thing he did was reach into his pocket. There it was, the courage stone, warm and smooth and glowing with a gentle golden light in the palm of his hand. And at the foot of Oliver's bed, Poppy was curled up, fast asleep. As she dreamed, a tiny speck of rainbow-colored pixie dust glittered on the tip of her nose. Lily and Oliver smiled at each other across the room. It hadn't been a dream after all. They knew they would keep the secret of the Dreamweavers and the magical Whispering Woods safe in their hearts forever. And every night, when the wind would rustle the leaves outside their window, they would listen closely, hoping to hear the faint, beautiful music of the dream bells carrying sweet dreams to them and to all the children of the world. And now, it's time for you to have your own sweet dreams. Just like Lily and Oliver, drift off to sleep and let the magic of the night carry you to wonderful places. Good night, little adventurers. Sleep tight. Thank you so much for joining our story time tonight. If you enjoyed our adventure with Lily, Oliver, and Poppy, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more magical bedtime stories. We can't wait to see you again. Sweet dreams.